increase to checkmate inflation. So interest rate increase is one of the ways to checkmate inflation. So today we know that yes, in this month of May, um, Bank of England increased rate to is it 1%? Yes, another 25 basic point. They did another 0.25 basic point. So they're at 1% now. So we are expecting another increment from Bank of England due to inflation or high cost of living. So the problem here is the cost of buying a basket of goods and services are increasing tremendously beyond what was forecast previously, or the estimate of what the Bank of England have forecast for the increase. So that is putting much pressure on pounds. So you can take advantage of pounds rallying up, then you give it a shot when it starts selling back because it's economically driven for to go for a sell. Please take advantage of it. You will get much stuff. Secondly, as far as the price of gasoline or cooking gas is still on the high side in Europe and in England, I tell you, the price of pounds will continue to depreciate and price of euro will continue to depreciate, owing to the fact there are much euro now to buy maybe a liter of cooking gas and all the rest of them due to the war in Russia and Ukraine. That's Russia invasion of Ukraine. It's still pushing the cost of gasoline and cooking gas up. So one of my friends told me that they're buying a liter of fuel, PMS, 5 euros. So you know what that is? The meaning of that: 5 euros for a liter of PMS. Killing. If you convert it to naira, it's killing. It's killing, to be honest. So fundamentally, I just want to educate you that the price of goods and services are skyrocketing. Yeah, okay. Another example, which does not happen in trading of any derivative on our platform, is naira. You can see $1 now is 600 naira. As a forex trader, take advantage of it. Mostly those of you who have funded accounts with us in dollar, and those of you who have funded accounts with a Aboki rate, oh, bro, you are the one on the soup. You are killing it now, to be honest. So if you make $1, you have 606.05. That's Port Harcourt exchange rate. In Lagos, I know it's up to 610 now. So you take advantage of it because price of dollar is soaring, is flying like hair. Okay, so it's just a little brief for those who are punctual and who are regular, for them to take advantage of this information. It's an economical information. They are fundamental. It will help you to understand where we are heading to. And also, I want to also inform you or emphasize that next month there are a high possibility we are getting 50 basis points from Fed. Man, is serious. Next month there's high probability we are getting 50 basis points from Fed because of how dollar is. We can see we have already pulled back on USD check. We have already pulled back on USD CAD, USD JPY, telling you guys we are ready to shoot to the upside. So if Fed give us another 50 basis points, we are up. Maybe USD chef may get to 1.200. Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. You can take your class. That this information are for those who joins class as early as, like I say, who are punctual and regular. Thank you very much. If you need more information, please go to Bank of England website. The website is there. You can read everything that I have said and take opportunity of it. Thank you very much. Hope to hear from you to contribute in tonight's weekend analysis. Yes, Mr. Josh, you can take your class. Thanks.
Can I ask a question, sir? Can I just ask a question?
Ask, fast one. I'm taking their
time. Very fast one. Thank you very much. It's just in respect to the new government in Australia. I just want to know the impacts that will be on the US Australian dollar. Yes, we understand there's a new government in Australia. Yes.
Okay, good. Like I said, or I normally said, I'm studying Euro, USD, GBP because are the ones I am interested in. For now, I'm not interested in Australia, but you know, the new government, it depends on whom is being elected in this time. If the person, for example, if Emefiele is being elected as president, you will understand what is expected. So if I don't know who is elected as the new president or the new prime minister, in honesty, I'm not studying anything about Australia. So if you are doing research about Australia, then you will understand what is going to do. But I can look into it by next Sunday, 9 p.m. I will give you feedback. But I'm not doing any study about Australian dollar or NZD dollar. I'm sorry, I'm not doing any research on them. My concentration is on Fed and Bank of England and ECB. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow traders. Welcome to a new week of activity. We are here to make you have success in your trade. You have listened to our boss. He is actually a fundamentalist. He's a fundamentalist. While we in the office will be looking at charts, he will tell you where is the price of GBP USD. That is how fundamentalists trade. Tell me the price of GBP USD. You tell him the price, say GBP USD will get to 1 point something, something, something. When it gets to that point, sell it. He's not interested in your double top and double bottom. If you're saying double top, he said that one is your own headache. He has told you where he's looking at price. And when price gets to that point, you just see as price will collapse. That is what they call fundamentalists. He has Ayan said euro will be, please, you said euro will be dropping and USD will be rising. Yes, that's what he said. Said we'll be expecting euro to drop and USD will be rising. He said that by next month, Fed, which is Federal Reserve, will be increasing their rates. So look at when they increase their rates, then USD pairs will be rising. That's USD. If USD is a base currency, but if USD is a quote currency, you'll be expecting a sell. When I talk about that, talk about GBP USD, you're expecting a sell on GBP USD. Why? Because GBP USD is rising. So that's what it means. We're not going down. Those ones are basic costs, but I think I've answered your question based on what the boss said. Okay, so the idea about inflation is inflation simply means hike in prices of goods and services. That's just inflation. And no government want to see inflation eat up the economy. Why inflation? Why there is inflation is that there is money in people's pockets. And now they have high propensity to spend. That is why things are increasing. So what the central bank would do is to increase rates. And if they increase rates, they are collecting the money from the hands of the masses to the bank, so that you that have so much money and have the propensity to spend, when you have increased rate, you say, hey, I want more in a rate. As it says the rate has increased, your interest on the loan, your interest on your deposit will increase. So many persons will gather money from the economy, go and keep it at the bank. Why? Because they want to enjoy high interest rates. So because of that, CBN used that to curb inflation. And the rate again, when there is deflation, they will reduce the rate. So that's how CBN regulates the economy. Well, the boss have discussed that. So let us proceed. The person that asked a question on Australia, if they have a new government, it's just a natural thing. You don't know the policy of the new person that is coming in. So investors will be very careful with the way they invest in that economy, because the next person that comes in might have a change of, his policy might be different altogether. And if you're not very careful, you lose your money, because you're bringing policies, monetary policies that will tighten the economy. As a result, you might not be making profit in your investment. So what happens is that if there is a transition in government, the investors will hold their money first. Well, they want to see what happens to the economy with the policy of the new person, the new government, before they come in for investment. It happened in Nigeria when, we're not talking about, okay, this is not so just Nigerians that are here. We have some other persons outside Nigerians that are here. So that's just the explanation of what I want to give you. So look at the chart and see what happens on the week we are in. All right, so the boss have talked about fundamental. Let's go to technical and see what we can do. Please, is there anybody at this point that have anything you want to share? Any pair you want to share? Remember, my colleague last week said it will do you good if you do your analysis, come to this weekend analysis, because this is a community of traders. It's a community of traders. We're not here to give signal. We are here to share our trade bias, because we're all traders. We're here to share our trade bias. This is an opportunity that have been given to us by FxPace. It's a golden opportunity. So it will do you well if you come in with your analysis. If you come in with analysis, once you analyze something and we traders look at it holistically, brother, you can be giving me a signal to trade next week. I might not be looking at all the pairs, but you might just come up with a particular pair, even if it is NASDAQ. We'll trade NASDAQ tomorrow and make money. I might not be looking at NASDAQ at this point in time. So that's why we encourage you, do your analysis, come back, share those analyses with us. We'll tell you, okay, based on what you are saying, look at what we are looking at. Once 2 or 3 persons have concurred to a particular bias, brother, that's market, that's what we do. In UTB Trading Academy, by the time we have over 7, 8 traders, by the time we sit down and analyze a pair, these traders are not looking at pair from one angle. Some persons will be looking at the chart from the natural rhythm of price. That's natural rhythm of price, no indicator. Why some persons are indicator traders? Why some persons are price action, chart pattern? Why some persons are candlestick? By the time all of us look at it from our different angles, we'll come and say, look, we are buying this pair. Brother, forget it. Forget it. That market will move. It will not give us much. It will not give us drawdown. That market will move. So that is why we said we are 49 participants in this room now. In fact, 50 participants. The question is, what is the bias? What is the bias about the particular trade? You know one thing. If your bias, you come up with your bias and we agree that, see, that market will buy. If it buys your bias, brother, it will boost your confidence the next time you are analyzing charts. It will boost your confidence. Why? Because you will now understand how to trade, where to buy and where to sell. So I want to give opportunity to anybody that have a chart he wants to present. Tell me the chart, let us see it and discuss it together. I'll be spending 30 seconds. I want to see hands up. We want to be very civil. 30 seconds, I want to see hand, just raise your hand. I will give you the right to share your screen so that we analyze this pair together. I'm waiting, because I will start if you don't share. Not seen any hand. Okay. Let me share my, let me do my analysis. No problem. I'll do my analysis. I have some pairs. Okay. I have, let me start with NZDJPY. Gradually, we'll be coming. Okay, this is weekly time frame. This weekly time frame, GBP, NZDJPY. I've always told you my bias is still a sell for NZDJPY. Overall bias is still a sell for NZDJPY. NZDJPY, my bias is still a sell. Now, if you look at this point, the market is at this point. If you look at where I drew this, my line here, this rectangle here, you see that I did this thing based on the fact that I'm expecting market to fill this void. Market to fill this void. This void alone, from where the market closed, this market is about.
Sir Josh, I can't see the screen. I can't see the screen, sir. Okay.
Please, who else cannot see my screen? Who else cannot see my screen? Let's know if it is my problem or Pearl's problem.
I can see it.
I can see your screen, Mr. Josh.
All right, thank you very much. Pearl,
I've first seen it now. I'm seeing it now.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so I said at this point, I'm looking at this market. I told you is still a bearish market. It's still a bearish market to me. It's still a bearish market. Whatever a buy this market is doing is just doing a pullback. But be it as it is, the candlestick last week closed as a harami. Closed as a harami. And I told you I am buying. We're still selling. The overall bias is a sell. Whatever buy you see on NZDJPY is a pullback to continue the sell. I have been saying this and shouting it. Any buy you see on NZDJPY is a pullback. Now on this, I'm expecting price to come and fill this void. This is on a weekly time frame. That means on the short term, this market will be buying. This market will buy. And where is it buying to? We are seeing two places I'm looking at it is, see, I'm looking at price coming. If price break above this place, where I have this void, I've said it will come and fill. If it breaks it and break above, you look at this line here, this one here, this black line, price will come to this point. If price breaks above this void, that means I fill the void, I will expect price here now to this black point. Once price get to this point, then I should be a seller. the sell will start massively. The sell will start. So two things, we're expecting a very short buy on NZD, JPY, but it is not something you go and buy and sleep and leave your system for long. No, what we are doing a short buy. And this buy, plus or minus, this buy will be giving us, if from this point, this 108 pips. If it's too much, we're looking at 300 pips. Once the market gets to this point on my chart is 85,000. Once price get to 85,000, in case it breaks this, because it might get to this point and start dropping. But in case it gets to this point, that means the market has given me a premium level for me to sell. That means, remember, we say we sell at premium and we buy at discount. It's the same thing as support and resistance. We sell at premium, we buy at discount. So once this market gets to 85,000, then we will resume our sell, and that sell is going to be massive. I've said it earlier. Euro JPY, the same bias. My bias still is a sell for Euro JPY. Euro JPY, my bias is a sell. My bias is a sell. I still hold the sell bias. The sell bias is what I still hold. I still hold my sell bias. Market have gone to do the handshake and is coming down. There is enough space for market to drop to. The market will drop. So my bias for Euro JPY is a continuous sell. Continuous sell. Look at the rejection. The market went up. It just bought a pullback to have a handshake with the village chief, and it's now going down. It's now going down. This market is going down. For Euro JPY, please, our bias is a sell. We are selling Euro JPY. I have always been saying this. All right, let's come to Euro NZD. Euro NZD. Euro NZ, to me, the market, if you look at the weekly time frame, like I always tell people, if you were in my class, I said if you want to do weekend analysis, start from the weekend, start from there. When you start from weekend, that's the weekly time frame. Start from the weekly time frame for a weekend analysis. What you are doing is that you're looking at candlestick, how candlestick close. It will give you a bias for the next week you are trading. That is what I told my students when we were taking classes on candlestick. I say, if you want to trade candlestick very well, look out for a weekly analysis. After that weekend, then once it is Monday, start looking at daily. Start looking at daily. How do the candlestick close on a daily time frame? If the day is in, start looking at H4. H4. How is the candlestick closing? Nobody say you should go to lower time frame. I didn't say you should go to 1 minute or 15 minutes. So please, I've just given you how I trade. So the weekend like this, I'm looking at weekly time frame. You can imagine what happened last week. If you had seen this candlestick, look at this candlestick closed as a shooting star. Shooting star. Now, after that, what happened? Throughout last week for Euro NZD, the market sold. Throughout last week for Euro NZD, the market sold. Who's talking? Please, you are not expected to talk unless I give you the permission so that we don't. If there's anything you want to say and it's very urgent, put it on the chat. Put it on the chat. I will see it. I will see whatever you have chatted. Who is this now? I will take somebody out from this class. Anyawo Michael, I will take you out from this class. Anybody that unmutes his mic, I will take the person out. That means the person is not serious in this class or in this webinar or weekend analysis. Only one serious person. Okay, now look at it. We are still expecting a sell for Euro NZD. My bias for Euro NZD is a sell based on what I have seen here, is a sell. We're looking at a sell for Euro NZD. So look at opportunity for a sell. Let's go to HD1 and see. Good. So we are looking at opportunity for a sell in Euro NZD. I'll be looking for opportunity for a sell in Euro NZD. I'm not saying it's an instant sell, but let's see what will happen in the market. Like I'll always tell you, see, let me tell you one secret. Even the market makers, institutional traders do not know the direction of the market tomorrow. This night, they don't know the direction of the market. If you're in my class, yes, I say Euro JPY is still a sell. Yes, that's what I said. If you're in my class when I teach class, I'll tell you, I told you what they usually look for before they go a particular direction. I've said it what they look out for. They look out for our stop loss. You have not entered the market now, so they don't know the direction of the market. It is where the carcass are. That is where the vultures will feast. So the carcass is our stop loss. And that is why we said, even if we're retail traders, we should trade with institutional mindsets. And that is why we say, if you don't know it, if you come to UTB Trading Academy, we'll teach you how to do that. Okay, let us proceed. Okay, I have US 30. US 30 is a stock. US 30 is a stock. Please, let me put a caveat. If you don't have equity, don't come close to this pair. US 30, don't come close to the pair. UK 100, don't come close to the pair. UK 100, US 100, sorry, US 30, UK 100, they do almost the same thing. They do almost the same thing. EU 50, the same thing. If it is selling, these other ones will be selling. They are positively correlated. So that is why I say, please, if you don't have equity, do not go close to this place. You deplete your fund. We're not interested in you depleting your fund. Okay, now let's analyze this. If you look at this now, this is US 30, and this is H4 time frame. Let's see weekly time frame. Look at the weekly time frame is selling. Weekly time frame is selling. Yes, the market is selling. But what are we looking out for? On the general, on a larger perspective, the US 30 is going in for a sell. But what are we going to do? Let's go to, now if you go to monthly time frame, look at monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, this where the price is now is on a native level. Where the price is on a native level. Look at it. It just came to a native level and started bouncing. Look at the native level. If you are in my class and I've taught you native level, it is reacting at this is monthly time frame. This is last year, January 1st, January, the month of January, the price came down to the low
Sir George,
of January.
your screen is looking a little blurred.
My screen is looking blurred. Please, others confirm. Please, let's know if it is their network issue.
Your screen is very clear. The screen is very clear.
Yes.
Not clear. Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. Please, the person that said my screen is bloody, please check your network, please. You can log out and log in again. Just be very fast so that you don't miss out. Miraculous is blood. I think so many persons said it's clear now.
No,
okay.
Clear.
Okay, thank you. So I said the price is reacting at the low, sorry, the open of last year, January. Price is reacting there, and it is a native level. It is a native level of price. It's reacting, the low now of this current price is reacting at the open of January 2021. Remember, this my period separator is on a yearly time frame now. Sorry, monthly time frame. The distance between the period separator is 1 year. So it is reacting on the price January 1st, 2022. Sorry, 2021. And it's a native level. So based on what I know about the native level, I will scale down. If you look at weekly started giving us rejection. Now I will scale down to T1. I want to tell you why I said I want to buy. When you say native level, we mean that price is reacting and it wants to reverse. Now look at it in D1. This is D1. Look at price. Even in D1, price is giving me a divergence. If you know, you know. Price is giving us a divergence in daily time frame. Look at it. Price is giving me a divergence. But it is very, very clear. It is very, very clear when you come here. If you look at H4, let me show you H4 so that you understand why we say we are looking for a buy opportunity. Look at H4. Look at price is doing this. Even if we don't come close, look at this place. Look at this. Remember I said D1, there's divergence. Look at H1. Sorry, H4. H4. This is H4. The market has started, this is a divergence. If you have seen this divergence, if you have known that that plays a native level, a monthly time frame, you'll just be waiting for price to come here. Maybe price come here, you see a rejection, you wouldn't have missed this one. That is why all this is I'm telling you, it's not as if I traded them, but I missed them because I did not see them. I cannot see all the pairs. That's why we said, we teach you to generate signals yourself. Ordinarily, this thing I am showing you, US debt is a blood money. Is a blood money. Even if you use, one beauty about FxPace is that US debt, you can trade with 0.01. If you are in the right direction, try, you will double your account, $50, $100, you'll double it. If you're in the right direction, you will double your account. Or if you're in the wrong direction, you're going to miss out. So that is why, thanks to FxPace, they said we should trade even US 30. Imagine the stock of 30 companies, top 30 companies in the United States of America. We are trading their shares as cash. That is what it means. And now FxPace said we should trade it. We should trade this with 0.01. Some other brokers, you trade US 30 with one standard lot. And God help you. In fact, if you don't have up to $500 to $1,000, you cannot trade US 30. You cannot trade stocks in such a broker. Even NASDAQ in FxPace, if people don't understand, you can trade it with 0.01. That is the beauty of FxPace. Okay, so I've said we are looking at a buy bias. And when you know me as a trader, if you understand me as a trader, if you've gone through my class, you will see that I am a fan of void. Look at the void that this market will come and create, will come and fill. This market will come and fill this void and possibly fill this void. There's a void here, market will come and fill. But what I am sure is that the market will come and fill this first one. This market that is coming will come and fill this first one. What I will do is that if God helps me or this market does a pullback, and I see it in the morning when I wake up at 6 o'clock or 4 o'clock, depending, I will engage this by use this low of the bearish candlestick as my stop loss or a low below these native levels as my stop loss. Then I will scale this market where I will be taking my first take profit will be inside this block. That is where I'll be taking my first take profit. So I'll be looking at a buy. Remember I said holistically in the larger time frame, US 30 is for a sell, but this market is coming to do a pullback to fill this void it left behind. So the market is coming to fill the void. Why? And market has done that by showing us a divergence for us to have an early entry. Okay, that's for US 30. US 30. I've talked about US 30. I've talked about Euro NZD. I've talked about NZD JPY. I've talked about Euro JPY. Let me see.
Yes, I have one pair. I have one person.
Okay, which pair?
Okay, just help me to chat. GBPNZD.
GBPNZD. I mean, GBP NZD.
Okay, while he's still opening the chat,
Yes.
GBP NZD. Oh, I have two actually. USD card and GBP NZD. GBP
Well,
NZD
is it
is
you?
for, yes.
Okay.
Hello. GBP
Yeah,
NZD is
I'm
an
coming. I'm looking
instant
for.
sell. And as you're bringing it out, let me be talking. No time. It's an instant sell for me. One, two. I like the fact that all the NZD pairs he analyzed, we have the same bias on NZD pairs. Secondly, NZD has a very major news tomorrow by, I think, 11:48 p.m. Inflation rate. The last one that was released was on the 28th of February, and it moved from negative to 6.8, and it gave a very good buy NZD. So please watch out for NZD tomorrow. Already the forecast is from 6.8 to around 0.4. So if it comes as forecasted, it's going to give us a drop on NZD. But if it exceeds the expectation, then the NZD pairs will be heading up. So something like Euro NZD
This is a chart. The chart is
yes,
up.
Yes.
Sorry, this Euro NZD. Oh shit.
Euro NZD. I said GBP NZD.
Don't mind me, Jerry.
No, I was giving them fundamental on NZD. NZD has a very important news tomorrow.
Okay.
Inflation rate by 11:48 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So if it comes out positive for NZD, then GBP NZD will go to hell. Euro NZD will go to hell. NZD will go to the upside. So watch out for that news tomorrow. But for now, I think GPSZ is for a sell. It's for a sell. It's an instant sell. Then USD card, I still hold my bias. Yeah, this is GPNZ, Abi.
Yes.
This is GPNZ.
Yes, ma.
Okay, sir. Okay, so
this D1.
Yes, and if you see, you're a fan of void. There is a void down that is yet to be filled. I feel it's coming, somewhere around there. I feel, and if that news comes out tomorrow and it favors NZD, then it's going to, in fact, I think, forgotten that price range, price limit is coming to, is really going to sell massively. It's really going to sell massively because except it comes out negative for NZD. Okay, the next pair is USD card. I still hold my bias for USD card at 1.28 thousand. Now, I remember those days when I started trading. My boss, Mr. Uche, he would tell me USD card will move from here to here, from here to here. And sometimes he will not even look at chart. He will just enter, click, buy or sell. And it happens as it is. But then I've also come to understand USD card. Even last week, I was posting it on group chats. When I said I expected a range, I've not entered the pair because I know that USD card can range for, at that price, 128,000. It can range there for 1 week. You will just be seeing candlestick rejections. As long as it's going to establish a support at that price, forget it. It can rest there for 1 week before it moves. So I'm still holding that price. It will still come below. So but if you are patient in the market, you can get intra, that's 128,000, because I know it has gone above it, but it will still come back. It will still come back, it will still come below, it will still. So I'm expecting that move towards Thursday, Friday next week for USD card to move from that level. So I still hold my bias for USD card at 1.28 thousand for a buy. At least it won't give you a massive drawdown. Even if it gives you drawdown, the drawdown won't be massive. But I know it's going to range there for a while. It can rest there for 5 days, even 2 weeks. That's the That's how USD card behaves. So those are my two pairs. Deep NZD for itself. And if the news comes out positive for NZD tomorrow, it's going to go, we'll sell it to her. Then USD card for a buy, 1.28 thousand. Those are my two pairs. Thank you.
All right, Izine, thank you very much. You got Izine bias on this thing. The news that will be coming out, so we need to look at for that news and see what the news will offer us. Huh? News that the news she talked about for NZD. NZD news usually come out during the Asian section. So that means you need to be awake in the night, Nigeria time. If you're in Nigeria, it comes out within the Asian range, Asian section. It's for us to, but at least before we go, we'll look out for that news and see what happens. Okay, another one I have is GBP JPY. You know, this time we should even be looking at monthly time frame because the month is ending very soon. This week, we are entering almost the end of the month. So market will be doing what it's doing. And if you look at this monthly time frame, GBP JPY, the price is dancing within the 200 period moving average on the monthly time frame. So what we're looking at for this GBP JPY, if you look at it from now, look at the rejection of it, tells us it has gone to do a handshake. So it's giving us a buy bias on the monthly time frame. But when you scale down to weekly time frame, you'll be seeing, and just give you a top-down analysis. That's what they call top-down analysis. The market closed as a harami. Sorry, closed as a harami. So let's see what D1 has. Now, we will tell you these are bias. You understand? Good. So this is this D1. Now this market plus what you'll be looking at is that this market possibly wants to come and do a head and shoulder with this young man here. Look at this. First, it might be coming here to do a head and shoulder here. On daily time frame, we're expecting GBP JPY to come and do a handshake here. Sorry, a head and shoulder. And this is a whooping 501 pips. 501 pips. Only when this thing has done this head and shoulder here, then we'll be entering in for a sale. We'll be entering in for a sell. So we'll be looking at this. Once market breaks around above this place, then look at buying GBP JPY to 146.600. 146.600. That's why we're buying GBP JPY. We're buying GBP JPY 146.600. If those ones that, if you were in the class when I taught trend line analysis, you can put your trend line here, drag it to this point, or drag it somewhere around here. Now be looking at price. Once this price, even if the price comes back and did not break below this trend line, please buy this market. And where you're buying it to 164,600. That is what you should be looking at for. 164,600. 164,600 on a daily time frame. So after that, then we'll be looking. Once it gets to 164,600, then we'll be scaling down. And where we'll be scaling that down, and that is when JPY pair, like I told you, we're selling. For GBP JPY, that's when GBP JPY will start its move. All the pairs, all JPY pairs may not start immediately. Some might start immediately, while some will take their time and drop. But at the end of the day, you'll see a massive drop. When the price gets to 164,600, please do not call Josh. Just sell that market. Sell it and sell it very well. And where you're selling it is to this low. That's where we're selling it. We're selling it to this low. I'm not saying that it will just give you one candlestick to this low. You will see it will sell, it will buy a little. But just know that if you catch the sell at 164,600, put your stop loss a little above here. Then you can take that password and keep it somewhere. Close your laptop and go and do other things. And wait for the price at this point, this low here, this low, where I drew my trend line, 151,100. We'll be looking at price at that low, 151,900. That's what we'll be looking at price at that point. We'll be looking at price coming to that point. So that is it. Somebody sent a message. You can't see me on screen. think somebody says your network. Did you say we can't trade US 30 if we have less than $500? That's not what I have said. That's not what I have said. If you have $500, you can trade US 30. If you have $400, you can trade US 30. If you have $100, you can trade US 30. You can trade it US 30 based on the fact that you are in FxPace. FxPace has given you the platform to trade it. So you can trade with $100, you can trade US 30. But make sure you are on the trend because it's a very volatile market so that you don't lose out your funds. It's a very volatile market. Don't lose out your funds. That's why we said, we tell you so that we don't want to, we dislike people losing their phone in this market. But it's possible you lose your phone. But don't lose it without knowledge. Understand what you're doing, and that is why we have this weekend analysis. And we trust people are taking down what we are analyzing. I gave you a pair on GBP USD for a sell on Friday. The market did this. I still hold a sell bias for GBP USD. Unless, listen, unless the market breaks above this place I say sell zone. If the market breaks above and close above, then it has nullified my bias. But as long as price did not break, it's just ranging here. As long as price did not break that zone, I am still on the sell bias for GBP USD. So if it breaks above, okay, then takes out this high. It can break above and did not take out this high. If it did not take out this high, that's why I say put your stop loss above this high. If it does not take out this high, then we are in for the sell. But if it takes out this high, this previous high it has created, then it has nullified our bias. Then we'll be looking at opportunity to buy. But for now, my bias is still a sell bias. It's still a sell bias. But weekly time frame is telling me something. That's why I told you go to weekly time frame. It's telling me something.
Robinson said he's having network challenge.
Huh?
So we might not be having CO this night. Robinson, that he's having network issue.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Wait, though. This weekly analysis, this weekly time frame is telling me something. It's telling me something. Please, once price in that daily time frame, once price breaks, this is H4, right? Was it H4 I said it? Yes. Okay, this is H1. Please, this is H4. Once price break this sell zone, once it breaks it, please, our bias has changed to a buy. Once it breaks it, our bias will change to a buy. But as for now, as I speak to you, I still hold a sell bias. At least. That's why I drew this thing. Okay, I still hold a sell bias to this point. This place I have my TP2. If you look at it in H4, it's somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. For a pullback to continue the buy. For a pullback to continue. But if you see, once this market does something like this, look at it. Once this market does something like this to this place, it has given us what is called an inverse head and shoulder. It's not a sell for too long. It has given us an inverse head and shoulder for us to engage our buy. But if it does not do this and it breaks above, please, our bias has changed for a buy. Engage the market for a buy. But if it not break above this and take out this high, please, we are in for a sell. And if we're selling at 1.22600. That's what we're selling for us to have an inverse head and shoulder to take advantage of all of this ride up. This ride that took the price down to this left shoulder, then we'll take the price up to this point again to 1.300. As well, we'll be taking 1.30,000. Sorry? Hello? The person talking to me?
Josh, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Please, which pair are you elaborating on, please?
This is GBP/USD.
Thank you.
Please mute your mic.
I have a few pairs, but since I'm almost out of time.
Sorry, who is talking?
That's me.
Okay, Ma. All right, man, let me just finish with GBP/USD. Now I'll give the floor for you to proceed. So what I was saying about the GBP/USD is that if you see the price come down, if the price started selling, did not take out this high, the high is 1.24900. If it does not take out this high, then I will sell down to 1.22600. Once the price get to this point, then we can buy the market and buy it to hell. We'll buy it and buy it very well. I will check when Great Britain pounds, when you hear the boss saying GBP pairs will be flying this week. That is what we are looking at the chart. It can start the movement up, or it will do a pullback for that momentum for a buy. So when it gets to 1.22600, then we'll sharpen our knife to give a sledgehammer to the buy of GBP/USD. Then we engage the buy. At that point, by chart pattern or the technical analysis has given us an inverse head and shoulder for us to engage our buy. And now we're buying it and buying it very well. So that's my pair, that's my bias for these pairs I have told you. So now I want to leave the floor for my colleague, Emma Banum, to take over the floor. Emma, please take over.
All right, sir. Please enable me share screen.
Yes. You can share now.
All right, so I'll be very quick. I don't really have too much to share. So I'm looking at in the indexes for this week. I'm looking at currency index for this week. It's a body of a basket of currencies against a particular currency. So here now, starting with the US dollar, this is the USD index. Now, I'm looking at what looks like a head and shoulder formation. Now, there's a lot of talk in the market about stagflation and whatnot. There's a lot of talk concerning, yes, stagflation currently in the market. What is it called? Shoulder. But then again, be mindful that in H4, it has already formed the head and shoulder. So now if this market, because it's on the trend line, if this market bounces up and goes back up here, it's fine to give us what we refer to as a Quasimodo head and shoulder formation. Is a hunchback. But if it doesn't and it breaks through here, I will enter this market for a sell, heading down to 101.65, maybe lower. Now that is one. I also look at Euro index. Those are the only two things I will look for, because if you look at this one, you can see you can use that idea to trade Euro pairs. You have a background of what the Euro index is doing. Now, in the Euro index, I've seen on the daily time frame, the market has bounced on a support level I had marked out, and from there it bounced up, but it came back to do this retest here. Now, we are expecting the ECB to raise their rates. At least they should raise their rates to help sustain and battle inflation, although they have a problem with the current war going on in Europe. Now, the Euro index has shown what looks like an inverse head and shoulder. Now, keep in mind, the dollar index has shown head and shoulder. Looking at the sell, the Euro index has shown inverse head and shoulder. I'm looking at the buy. Now, these markets can easily be invalidated because we are in uncharted times. There's currently a war going on, and nobody knows what can happen during the coming week. For what's it called, geopolitically. But assuming things just stay as they are, I'm looking at this euro index for a buy. Now, when the ECB finally raises their rates, it might trigger this buy. But I'm looking at this market. If you now go to H4, you'll see that it has broken above my 50 moving average. Sorry, this is my 100 daily moving average and has come back to retest it. So now the markets can move for a buy for me. All right, with that said, so that will be the only two things I would like to cover because of we are out of time. Hello, Mr. Josh.
All right, Emma, thank you very much.
All right, sir.
Okay, we'll share the, this is almost this 10 o'clock, this 10:01. And we said the weekend analysis is 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So we have actually discussed so much. Ezine gave 2 pairs, Emma gave 2 pairs, that's 4. I gave almost 5 pairs. So I think 9, you cannot trade, you may not be trading all the 9 pairs, but anyone that gives you the bias, please ensure you sit down on that trade and see what you will get from it. Anyone that gives you the bias, because and one thing about the FxPace UTB Trading Academy, we'll still, as traders also, when we see the one that have started moving based on our bias, we'll have to send it to you on the Telegram group so that those ones that are there online, real time, will take advantage of it. Remember, it gladdens our heart that so many persons that funded their life accounts last week should be smiling home or smiling to the broker to pay them. And FxPace is always happy to pay traders that have made success in their trade. A good news, somebody was in our office yesterday. Let me tell you, somebody moved from Asaba. Was it Asaba Worry? Came to the office yesterday being Friday, funded $100 account. I don't know if the person is here. Funded $100 account. And the person made profit that same Friday. He sold Bitcoin, BTC USD, when I gave that signal. In fact, when I gave the signal, I had to meet him and say, did you enter that trade? When I heard he has funded it, I said, enter that trade for a sale. He entered that trade for a sale and he was happy. He made success. He made a profit in that. At least that profit can take care of both his hotel bill that he stayed and even his transport back to his base. So he did not lose anything, and his $100 is still intact. So that is what we're saying. Don't underestimate the signals that we have given. Yes, the market is not our own, but for us to give signals, we don't trade every day. So the signals we give are premium signals. And so many persons, even people started chatting me. Some of those chats, I put all of them on the platform so that you will see, because we don't operate a closed door system. It's an open door system. You saw traders saying how they were grateful for the trade signals you gave. Some persons have been trading, but one person said, it is even that day that he made his first profit in Forex. So, and the gardens are hard that people are making a success of the trade. So please, if you are yet to fund the life account, yet to fund the life account, do well to reach out to any of the admins. We are always available to assist you fund life account. There are other opportunities in the market. See, let me tell you, we're talking about GBP rates, we're talking about NZD rates, we're talking about USD rates, brother. If you fund your life account and you trade in the direction, you can double your account, even triple your account within this period. Let me just use 5 minutes to run through if we have opportunity on fundamentals. Let me run through it and see what we have. We're not going to take much time because this is 10:04 and we don't intend. We're traders, we have running trades. We want to see what the market has given to us. If there is a gap in the market towards our direction, then we'll sleep with our 2 eyes closed, knowing fully well we'll wake up in the morning and see good profits. Okay, let me take my let me see. I want to go. I usually use Forex Factory for now. You can use Daily FX if you so desire. These are places where you can trade fundamentals. Well, let us see those news they are talking about. Monday, which is May 23rd, Forex Factory is www.forexfactory.com. Let's see on Monday, GBP have the governor, BOE Governor Bali will speak. Okay, let's listen to his speech if you're there. NZD have core retail sales quarter to quarter and retail sales quarter to quarter. We'll see what, in fact, this in retail sales is a leading indicator to inflation, is a leading indicator. So retail sales, core retail sales, we'll see it. It will give you a lead on what is happening, what will be happening, if they will be increasing the rate or not. So Monday, this will be happening by 11:45. That's on Monday, not this Sunday. On Monday, by tomorrow, 11:45, we'll look out for this news, core retail sales and retail sales. That's for NZD. AUD has no serious news. Flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI. Okay, we'll have JPY. JPY have BOJ core, Bank of England, Bank of Japan core CPI, year to year. Let's see what happens in the market. Let's see what happened in the market. Now we have public sector net borrowing for GBP. Let's see the news, good news that we have for GBP pairs. How to flash.
Sir George, this your analysis, is it for Monday or Tuesday? That's Tuesday, right?
No, I've finished with Monday now. I said the news, the major news we'll have on Monday is core retail sales for NZD JPY. Sorry, NZD pair, core retail sales quarter to quarter and retail sales quarter to quarter. I say it's a leading indicator to inflation. So let's see what happens. It's a leading indicator. Okay. So by Monday, we'll see what happened on the chart. NZD, it moves the market. Retail sales moves the market. Oh, now I'm in for Tuesday. This Tuesday, if you look at Tuesday, May 24th, you see Tuesday, I'm looking at any serious news. On Tuesday, by 5:30, Fed Chair Powell will speak by 5:30. Amidst other news that we'll have for the day, Fed Chair Powell will speak by 5:20 p.m. We'll have ECB President Lagarde will speak. So you look out for it by 7 o'clock. These persons, they are the owners of this currency we trade. So they are the president of. Sorry, please don't mind my little kid. Sorry, please for the noise. All right, the other one will have on Wednesday. That's when Izine was talking about official cash rates. That's the rate news for NZD. NZD, RBN, that's Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Monetary policy statement. RBNZ, NZ rate statement. Then their press conference. By 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, market will scatter for NZD. That's what we're saying. That's what she was telling you. So whatever we're looking at, you might just see the market. Monday, Tuesday, market will be going. Two things that will happen is either they will price it in. That's what they call price in. When you come to the advanced class, we tell you when the market has priced in a particular news into the market. You'll be seeing the spike, the movement before the news will come out. When the news comes out, it will do a different thing. That is the gimmicks market makers uses. And that is why as this news is coming out, by the time retail news come out on Monday, as professional traders, we'll look at what the market is doing. The market by Monday, Tuesday, you'll just see, because it's NZD pairs, you just see weakness of NZD, very serious weakness. Market will drop for NZD. What are they doing? They are going down to a support to wait when the news will come out, then NZD will pick strength. These are the gimmicks you need to understand in trading. So some persons that doesn't know will say, NZD, if they increase rate and the market did not buy, they have priced it in. That is what will teach you when you come for fundamentals. Okay, so look out for that news. Euro final GDP, a good one, quarter to quarter. Chef have credit Susie economic expectation. Euro by 9 o'clock, Lagarde will speak again. Japan, Kuroda will speak. Listen to their speech. Their speech could move the market. CAD have corporate profit quarter to quarter. All durable news for USD, durable news order, crude oil inventories. USD FOMC member, Bernard speaks. These are persons that, this is a member of Federal Open Market Committee, is a member of that. We'll have the Federal Open Market Committee meeting minute. Look at that, look out for that minute and see their projection before the news comes up. CAD have retail sales on Thursday. Retail sales, premium GDP quarter to quarter, unemployment claim for USD, premium GDP price index quarter to quarter. So these are news that are very important in the market. And on Friday, we'll have retail sales for Oxy. Okay, JPY have Tokyo core CPI. Tokyo is in Japan, one of the head of the capital or something of Japan. So they have core CPI year to year. Oxy have retail sales month to month. After that, we'll have USD have core PCE, price index month to month. USD have good trade balance, personal income, personal spending, premium wholesale inventories. All of these are geared towards telling us there is inflation or there is none. If there is, of course, we know there is inflation in the US, so we're expecting a hike. You remember what my boss said? We're expecting 50 basis points, a hike of 50 basis points. So if that happens, then we'll be looking at GBP flying to the heavens. So that will be for next month and not this month. So we'll look at for the monetary, especially NZ, they will give us monetary policy. Please, if you have not funded account, look at funding account so as at least to trade the official cash rate. By Monday, Tuesday, we'll be telling you the direction of the rate news for NZD. So fund your live account so that you will not be trading these things on the demo account. If you trade on the demo account and make profits, you will feel bad because you're saying the profit, but you cannot take it. You cannot lay your hands on the profit. All right, thank you very much. I think we have done justice to the weekend webinar for this week. So those ones that joined the weekend webinar, we hope you have what we have said. Ensure you take them down. Ensure you follow up and see what the market gives. We want to see you make profits in the market. We want to see you succeed in the market. From all of us at UTB Trading Academy and FxPace, we want to say good evening and have a wonderful night rest and see you on the other side of success by this week we are entering. Good night.
Thank you, Josh.